Hey gamers, if you're a fan of action games and hack and slash genres, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we're diving into the top 20 hack and slash games that are too good to be forgotten. Some of these might be old, but they still hit hard with awesome combat and moments you won't forget. I know of you maybe disagree with the ranking, and that's okay. Everyone has their favorites, but one thing I know for sure, these games are too good to be forgotten. Before we go into the list, I want to tell you about my favorite place to buy games, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome site for grabbing games at great prices. Not only they always have fantastic discounts, but also they running giveaways you won't want to miss. Seriously, these deals are hard to beat. Where else are you gonna find prices this good? Why pay full price when you can grab the same game for way less, right? Yeah, you can shop for games on all kinds of platforms, like PC, PS5, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. No worries, it's 100% legit, fast, and super easy to use, and their support team is available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving your cash with Instant Gaming. And by using my link, you're not just getting awesome deals, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Even though this game dropped back in the Xbox 360 era, don't get it twisted, X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition is still one of the most brutal hack and slash games out there. You play as Logan aka Wolverine, jumping back and forth between his past in the African jungle with the Weapon X team and the future that just keeps getting messier. The story plays out through flashbacks. It can be a bit confusing at times, but it gives you room to level up and dive into even crazier stuff as you go. And for a movie-based game, honestly, it's solid. You really feel like you're Logan fighting your way through the Marvel Universe. Dante's Inferno ain't the same Dante from that famous demon-slaying game everyone knows. This Dante's a former Crusader soldier with a whole lot of sins. After his wife Beatrice gets murdered and her soul dragged to hell by Lucifer, he straight up dives into the 9 circles of hell to save her and try to redeem himself too. The combat's fast, fun, and super brutal. You get this massive scythe to slice enemies up close and the Holy Cross to blast them from a distance. The gameplay ain't that long compared to today's games, but once you beat it, you unlock Resurrection mode and Gates of Hell mode, plus some cool costumes. Definitely worth the ride.
I'm dying for a little drop of blood.
Lords of Shadow 2 has solid combat mechanics. They're not quite as tight or stylish as something like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, but still satisfying. The combat system is deep, the animations are stylish, and boss fights can be a blast. Switching between the Shadow Whip, Void Sword, and Chaos Claws during fights is just fun. Each one feels different, and once you start unlocking more moves, it gets even better. It's not just button mashing either. You actually need to time your dodges, manage your magic, and learn when to use which weapon. That kind of layered combat is exactly what I look for in a good hack and slash, especially when you're playing as Dracula. Ninjas have always been all about that cool factor, and Shinobi, a hack and slash game on the PS2, really throws you into the brutal life of a ninja named Hatsuma who's out to wipe out the evil spirits of his own fallen clan members. Yeah, this ain't a chill game. From start to finish, you're gonna get wrecked by the brutal difficulty that'll leave your hands sore and your head spinning. Unlike other ninja games that rely on stealth, here you'll be going full throttle, brutally and quickly cutting down enemies. Why? Because Hatsuma's sword is cursed. It needs to devour souls. If you stay still too long and don't kill anything, the sword will start draining your life instead. So yeah, the game forces you to stay aggressive and fast. Heavenly Sword has a lot in common with God of War, from its cinematic visuals and dynamic combat to a story that really leaves an impression. The combat system is flexible and fun. Here, NieR has 3 fighting styles: speed, power, and ranged. You can switch between them on the fly, even right in the middle of a combo, to suit whatever situation you're in. The more stylish you're fighting, the more cool stuff you unlock. New combos, special moves, and the bonus content like behind the scenes videos and artwork. Originally released on the PS3, this game definitely has that old school charm that still keeps you hooked for hours. I never expected to come across a cool game like Soulstice. This game feels like Devil May Cry, but with its own unique vibe. The story is dark, full of inner conflict, yet emotional and really gripping to follow. You play as Briar and Lute, two sisters who've been merged into one entity called Chimera. The gameplay is super fun. There's a ranking system. After each fight, you can pull off long combos, and you've got to smartly switch weapons to take down different kinds of enemies. Briar's a super strong physical fighter, while Lute is like a spirit that helps out from the shadows. So if you've never played this hack and slash gem, you seriously need to check it out.
She is my light.
If you're into JRPGs but also love action-packed hack-and-slash gameplay, Dragon Quest Heroes 2 is definitely worth checking out. Even though it's a sequel, you don't need to play the first Dragon Quest Heroes to enjoy the story or the gameplay here. You'll get to recruit iconic characters from past Dragon Quest games, each with their own unique skills. Plus, you can switch between characters mid-battle to keep the combat fresh and exciting. And with co-op multiplayer, you can team up with friends for even more chaos and fun. It's a great mix of classic RPG charm and hack-and-slash action. ONIMUSHA 2 Samurai's Destiny returns in remastered form, staying true to its PS2 roots while paving the way for the series' long-awaited revival with ONIMUSHA Way of the Sword next year. This remaster brings a subtle but effective visual upgrade featuring sharper HD graphics and improved textures that make it feel right at home on modern displays. The enhancements are respectful, polished rather than overhauled, retaining the core mechanics and spirit that made the original beloved. Instead of reinventing the wheel, the remaster preserves the unique gameplay blend of hack-and-slash combat and light RPG elements, complete with multiple playable characters and branching story paths based on player choices. For anyone who doesn't know yet, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance takes place after Metal Gear Solid 4, and here you play as Raiden, a cyborg ninja who starts off as a bodyguard in Africa, then gets pulled into a full-on global conflict against a ruthless private military group. This is a hack-and-slash game at its core, and Raiden's high-tech sword is where the highlight. The controls are pretty easy to get into. Think of it like a more accessible, lighter version of Bayonetta. Its standout feature is Blade Mode, where you can slice enemies from literally any angle using the right analog stick. Yeah, you can cut enemies into tiny pieces in slow-mo as long as your energy bar is full. Super satisfying. The game's not super long, sure, but for an old school hack and slash, oh, totally worth it. Taking inspiration from Bloodborne and Sekiro, Thymesia game delivers a solid Souls-like experience with fast-paced hack-and-slash action. You play as Corvus, a raven-masked figure who feels like a stealthy version of a Bloodborne hunter. Combat is quick and aggressive, but you can't just block your way through. You need to weave through enemy attacks with dodges, parries, and the game's signature claw strikes. You can also steal weapons from enemies and use them yourself. From giant scythes to energy shields, these weapons add variety and let you adjust your approach in battle. There's a flexible talent tree too, where you can choose to focus on dodging, parrying boosting damage, or unlocking special effects during executions, whichever suits your style. Final Fantasy XVI. Unlike Final Fantasy VII Remake, which still had some turn-based elements, this time the combat is full real-time. Sword slashes, precise dodges, and magic attacks all happen fast and fluidly. Clive Rosfield's story may start as a quest for revenge, but it gradually evolves into a much larger struggle, filled with political intrigue, sacrifice, and deep emotion. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything. The combat Final Fantasy XVI feels like something straight out of Devil May Cry, complete with combo systems and even a slick slow-mo effect when you nail a perfect dodge, much like Witch Time in Bayonetta. Of course, the game doesn't abandon its strategic roots. Combining certain abilities can unleash devastating damage. The difference is, now everything plays out at a much faster pace.
Friends, right?
God Eater 3, like the previous games in the series, is an anime-style hack-and-slash game with ridiculously oversized weapons. The main mission is to hunt origami, giant monsters that pose a major threat to humanity. Most even though it's a hack-and-slash game, it also has a crafting system for your weapon progression. God Arc progression is all about crafting and upgrading weapons, using materials from missions and high scores. Each mission has a specific drop list, so you can figure out which missions to grind in order to craft the weapon, gun, shield, or outfit you want. And the crafting system itself isn't too deep. As long as you have the materials, you can craft the item. And that's enough, because if it gets more complicated, it just becomes boring. Ninja Gaiden Black is one of the best hack-and-slash action games of all time. This game is an upgraded version of Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox with lots of new content, additional missions, challenge modes, and extra difficulty levels. And the mission mode is an incredible new part of Ninja Gaiden Black because it removes the adventure elements and focuses on pure combat, which is clearly the best part of this game. For those who love brutal challenges and fast-paced, high-skill battles, this mode is like a gladiator arena for you to show off your skills. If this is your first time playing, don't worry, this game is the perfect place to start. The story stands on its own, so you don't need any prior experience. Another anime hack-and-slash game this time is Persona 5 Strikers, a fast and aggressive action game in the vein of Devil May Cry. It combines strategy and turn-based Persona elements like exploiting weaknesses, all-out attack, and baton pass, making it more tactical than typical Musou games. Each member of the Phantom Thieves has a different playstyle. For example, Makoto with her nuclear attacks, Haru with heavy-hitting AoE skills. And what makes it truly memorable is the epic soundtrack. New hard rock tracks and Musou-style arrangements of Last Surprise and Rivers in the Desert that perfectly match the intensity of the battles. Darksiders II has always been one of my all-time favorite games from the PS3 era, and getting to play the remaster on PS4 was already a blast. So when the PS5 version came out with a free upgrade, of course I had to jump in. And wow, what an upgrade. The game runs in 4K at 60 frames per second and it looks amazing. The lighting effects are seriously stunning, and the whole world just feels even more alive. I might be imagining it, but I swear I'm noticing extra little details in the armor and weapons too, and everything just looks crisper. If you love the original like I did, this version is absolutely worth downloading. I know remasters sometimes get a bad rep these days, but personally, I love getting to experience my favorite games again with a fresh coat of paint. The amazing sequel Bayonetta 3 bursts onto the scene with bold confidence. Its lightning fast, responsive, and incredibly stylish combat easily places it among the best hack-and-slash games ever made. While the game brings a lot of exciting new ideas, it's totally fair if some longtime fans feel a bit divided about certain changes in this third entry. But for me, Bayonetta 3 absolutely shines. It has the best soundtrack in the series, and Ghost instantly became one of my all-time favorite tracks. Still, the gameplay is top tier with wonderfully weird weapons and an epic summon system that makes every battle feel massive and unique.
Over here, Cheshire!
Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor is a must-play for any hack-and-slash fan. It combines fast, fluid combat with a dynamic reactive world thanks to its groundbreaking nemesis system. Every enemy you fight can come back stronger, remember you, taunt you, and even kill you again. It adds emotional weight and consequence to every death in a way no other game in the genre really does. The RPG mechanics, like rune-based weapon upgrades and the dual-path skill tree, keep the power fantasy fresh and let you tailor Talion into the kind of killer you want to be. The stealth isn't revolutionary, but it's effective and gives you the tools to set up battles on your terms. If you're into hack-and-slash games, this one is essential. NieR Automata is one of the most unique and emotionally resonant action games I've ever played, with slick, stylish, and fast-paced combat that seamlessly blends bullet hell mechanics into a hack-and-slash framework. 2B and 9S are more than just androids. Their evolving relationship adds a lot of unexpected heart to the story. I was fascinated by the layered narrative and how each new playthrough revealed a different perspective, making the multiple endings genuinely meaningful, and the soundtrack absolutely phenomenal. It's haunting, melodic, and honestly just unforgettable. Even with a few repetitive side quests or simpler moments, I never got bored. This story and combat kept me totally hooked. God of War 3 is a brutal cinematic action game that delivers some of the most jaw-dropping boss fights in the genre. From its opening sequence atop a titan to the final battle with Zeus, the scale is unmatched and often breathtaking. I really enjoyed the refined combat, especially being able to switch weapons mid-combo, which made fights more dynamic and tactical. As for the remastered version, I think it's absolutely worth playing if you missed the original. The 1080p resolution and 60 FPS boost really enhanced the already stunning visuals. Everything feels smoother and more responsive, which is crucial for the fast-paced gameplay.
Okay, you get some rest.
Devil May Cry 5, it's amazing. From gameplay, very good realistic graphics, and great dialogue. You can play with Dante, Nero, and V, and you can also play as Virgil if you buy the DLC. Yeah, and they each offer unique gameplay styles, and learning their mechanics feels rewarding rather than punishing. The combat is fluid, responsive, and incredibly fun. Every hit, dodge, and combo feels impactful, and the S-rank system hooks you into mastering every encounter. I love how the game never blames the system for failure. If you mess up, it's clearly a skill issue, and that's what makes improving so satisfying. For me, Devil May Cry isn't just a good action game, it's a masterclass in the hack-and-slash genre. And that's it for today. Those were a list of the top 20 hack-and-slash games that are too good to be forgotten. Got a hidden gem I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or discovered a new title to add to your collection, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future content. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.